If you did not know, Roseanne is coming back on air in 2018. And I have been so excited about this. And right now, I'm just catching up on some of the old episodes. The one of my favorites, it's so cool. Becky, when she got into her attitude and did the whole silent treatment. And then this one right now, when her and her friend got drunk. That's just a touching show, and it reminds me so much of my childhood. And I'm going through a really nostalgic period right now, so it's really cool that, like they said, a lot of old shows are rebooting. Hulu had brought back the TGIF rollout. So you've got Family Matters and Full House. They put the old ones back on. Fuller House is on Netflix. Yeah. So I'm really excited. That whole Midwest struggling family story, so touching, deep, and hilarious. And just to show you all walks of life go through it. They dealt with so much racism, sexism, harassment, I guess adultery, semi-adultery, adultery. Dan did cheat, and Dan did die at the end, so it's really interesting to see how they're going to play it. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that they do it where he visits as like a spirit to help Rosie with the family. I instigated about that because that show gives me feels. I was just laughing because I talk a lot about Katy Perry and even though I'm not digging her, she's doing the American Idol hosting now, and they was having trouble because she took all the money for the budget for her. But who did I say? Mike said somebody, or they said somebody. I'm like, well, they look alike, so she's got that short hair. Somebody to counteract her. I'll look at it. It was I think it was a YouTube video. But yeah, and then that's coming out 2018. I wanted to talk about American Housewife with Katie Mixon. I heart her so much. Loved her, Mike and Molly. And then, like I said, I'm so glad the network didn't waste time giving her back to us with American Housewife. Bader Dietrich from Napoleon Dynamite and others. Office Space. Oh, man. Just hilarious. The kids, Anna Cat. She is the cutest, and she has her little OCD stuff. So they're dealing with that, and a special needs child. Their son Oliver, who is wanting to be a part of that rich lifestyle, and Katie's kind of we're still a regular family, and we got problems, and she does not mesh well with her. Those waspy housewives in her rich neighborhood that they live in now, and they're living there so that they can go to the nice school for their special needs child, Anna Cat. So it's a hilarious show, and I loved the Valentine episode, and it speaks so much to my character when they talk about how Katie's really the man in the relationship and how she emotes or deals with stuff. And yeah, I said that is so similar. So I tweeted that. And Dietrich Bader, he's so sweet. If you follow him on Twitter, he will respond back. He will talk. He responds and communicates a lot with fans. We've had talked a lot through that, just about my love for the show and the script and the cast and everybody. Katie Mixon they have second breakfast on the show where she goes and meets with her friend, her lesbian friend, who's African American woman who's a lesbian and divorced for cheating on her wife. And they had a hilarious episode with that one where the ex-wife comes back. Who played her? I'm gonna have to look that back. And then her Asian American friend, who they go to lunch and they just rehash everything, and they're kind of all in the same situation where they really don't like Westport and the way the characters play off each other, but they do know that they have to exist in that realm. And the last episode for the season finale last season ended with her pretending to be pregnant and going through with a baby shower where her little daughter outed her. And so the new season picked up where she's having to try to get her child to volunteer. So she has to volunteer, which she swore she would never do. And they're all reeling from the fact that you just pretended to be pregnant and you still carrying the diaper bag I gave you as a purse. She's like, you want it back? They're like, no. So go watch American Housewife. Oh my gosh. Let's see, that was my list down here. Gosh, yeah, it is right here. No, that's not it. Oh gosh. Raven's Home is already on. It's on episode like 11 or 12. Raven Simone has brought back her show, Raven's House. And oh my, she's giving you all of it. And she has kids and Chelsea has kids. So it's awesome to get to see those two characters that are grown up now maintaining their friendship and raising kids, sort of single. Chelsea's husband was a money philanderer, and he is now in prison. And Raven's husband, it was oh gosh, I forgot his name. It's too many names. I can't even remember kids' names. That's why when we was at the movies, the little boy was doing something. I called him my son's name. He said, you always either call me something else or don't know who I am. And my stepson said, you keep calling him my name, and I ain't done nothing. And I'm like, it's too many names, and y'all always doing something. Just stop, and then people won't have to keep calling y'all. They was doing something with the little air hockey things, and they knocked it off, and it banged on the floor. The people looking back, I'm like, oh Lord. When we went to see Golden Circle. So, man, let me get back to my list. Insecure. Awesome. Issa Rae show on HBO. Awesome cast, awesome series for young African Americans, and their series is doing the same thing. Last season, Issa had her boyfriend who was living on her couch. She was basically supporting him, and so she ended up doing something that made them break up. I'll let you go to get that. And now, at the aftermath, and this season ends with her having to move into someone of interest home and sleep on their couch because of the aftermath of what she did. It's beautiful. But Molly, who was that? Keisha, no. Yeah, it was Keisha Irvin on Color Me Pink, and Julesy on YouTube were saying that they were kind of disconnected from Molly's storyline, because while she is upset and wants the traditional relationship, when she finds out about her father's infidelity, I understand acting out. After my mother's death, I had a period of acting out. So I do understand that, and that was a shattering to her, because that was like everything she ever talked about. My parents had a beautiful marriage, and I want that, and I want this man to go in and say, oh my gosh, that one mess up, and then make her want to go and be the other woman. I want to know what they're going to do with the storyline. And Emily's storyline, which is Amanda Seales. Follow her on Instagram. Amanda Seales will get you your wife. She will get you right, and she gonna get everybody right. She gonna read you, and she gonna read you right. I love that she can keep her cool when she give it to you. Oh, she gives it to you. Go get some words from her. Yeah, she is. I'm wondering what was up with her, because her husband said that she was on her way. No, her husband said she was already watching that whole plantation show they be watching. They so into it, but that's hilarious. But that's what over at Molly's, yeah, because Issa's moved out. But when they showed the girls, Emily wasn't there, and she was texting, and they made a comment talking about, look at her trying to be a part of the conversation, and she ain't here. So she's trying to find out what's going on because she's not there. What you doing, girl? What you doing? So, ready for them to come back. I wish they were an hour long. 40 minutes is way too short. I'll be like, okay, give us some more. And yes, I cried at Issa's, what do you call, daydream of her and Lawrence if they had gotten married and had them kids. Ooh, that was insecure. Get that show as props, give it its due. And who you cheering for? Everybody that's black. I'm sorry, but you got to get your shine. And if you Puerto Rican or you Canadian, you cheer for your people, because everybody need to rise up. You got to stop the monopoly on praise and pride. So let's see. Excited. Go get you a clip of the True Housewives. True Housewives. That's my book. Real House Wives of Atlanta coming back. I love them. They bringing Kim Zolciak back because she a hot mess, and she coming back with the mess, and she ready to read, and that's what I'm ready to see. Cause she ain't got no pots on the fire for this one. She just like, I'm here to throw shade. Cause I think she still got tardy for the party that's coming on. I don't know about her checks. So yes, and that's why Portia been gone from This Nation all the time, cause she must be filming. But the clips look interesting. I don't know if somebody went to the hospital. I thought that what Portia said on This Nation, she ain't throw no blow. She said it wasn't no fighting that can't concern her or something. Basically making it seem like somebody was fighting. Ooh, why? Lord. Still kicking it. So that's Sunday nights on Bravo. So then you got Escape with their reality show. Married to Medicine comes on after our Real Housewives of Atlanta. Then Married to Medicine. They got their drama. Somebody getting divorced. And then, but love is crazy. I want to do it, make you want to leave. Sometimes you be like, oh, Jesus. What girls say? Jesus, you want them back like this? You want them back right now? Let's see. And then Escape is coming back with their reality show, Just Kicking It. No, Still Kicking It. Just Kicking It. The song. Just kick it. Come on with it. And they already touring. And so Tamar Braxton is talking about not recording, but she's still touring, and she is on tour. She's going on tour with them, Monica, who they cool. She said they cool, and Escape as the headliners. Lord, I love to see the sisters coming back with the R&B. That's what I'm talking about. Now, who I'm looking for, I'm putting out an APB. Anybody seen Charlie Baltimore? She had that song, Bed Full of Money, and I was like, that's my jam. I was like, playing that every day. I ain't got a bed full of money, but that's what I'm working for. So you put it on your vision board, and then it comes true. Let's see. Yes, put out an APB on her. She ain't been on her Twitter since 2014, I think. Yes. Mary, I'm kind of iffy on them because I don't know why they always on the breakup to make up. Breakup to make up, that's all we do. That's the jam. I don't know. I do love their music, and those sisters are gifted with their voices and their message and their testimony, which that's what I want to see, because I think Tina's still doing some stuff, and she collabo act out. Now this don't say, I don't know if it's for the show or if that's really the real, but I don't know. I follow their sister cousin Gugu on Stylist on Instagram. Oh, she beautiful fashions, and she's a beautiful lady, and she gives you some good scriptures to get you right. So, I don't really know about the Braxtons and Tamar and Vince. I don't know if they're coming back. I need to go check that out. But I do love that family, and they go through their stuff. But that's what people do. It's like some people it's just they selves, and some people is they signs, and some people is they disorders, and yeah, but and the music they could sing, and they talking about Tony or Tamar on Wendy, which was a good interview. She did an awesome interview, but I didn't understand why no. I take that back. Take that. I might even take that. Edit that out. I understand why she's saving her voice for touring, because if she wears it out on the talk shows, however, she needs to do what Mariah does and do, I'll give you a little bit with the high note on the track. Do that, and we'll still love it. But nobody is feeling the on your Snapchat, I don't know, whatever. Broad City, I got my life again, called it again. I missed number 2, I'm on number 3, and I don't have Hulu no more right now. We got the app. I'm gonna have to work this app out, but so I can get back on my episodes. But yeah, so we already talked about that. American Housewife, Blackish, which is not tonight or tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. And Grownish, I don't know if it's coming out the same, rolling it out the same, or if we're having to wait for that. So I can't wait to see the promos. They won't even tell you what the episode is going to be about. So I'm like, come on now. Shahs of Sunset is supposed to come back, and I need to find out the date before I miss it. And because, I've been I was talking to another Instagram woman, inspirational, Me Too Most, and I was like, man, she been working out. She was like, who with me? I'm like, girl, I need to get back on my grind. I busted a sweat. I turned on some music, and because like I used to break it down back in the day, but just be chilling. I got a caftan from Asa. So if you watch that show, those caftans are beautiful. She's got a lot of stuff, short ones, long ones. Mine's a long multicolored one. You can see it on my Instagram because I got to work out to get back in it now. So yeah, I know that wasn't it. Oh, and this last episode of Raven, I had to write it down because I know I was going to forget. She did a whole scene on an episode on being afraid of clowns. My favorite line. I got a baby clown in my house. She cracks me up, and she is. I'm like, I got a little her. And if you watch Raven, she says she is an art student. She got her AA in art, and I think she's going for a master's or something in it. That some of the pieces on the show are from her own collection in art that she's done. So those are little nuggets to look for on there. I usually, if I miss it, I'll rewatch it, or I just rewatch it because it's hilarious on Smurf Vlogs on YouTube, because I can see the screen and he plays it in regular time. So I love that episode. It was called Once Upon I think it was, I don't even know. No. You know how I scribble scrabble. That's why I have so many notebooks with so much, and I have to decipher my own doctor writing. Once Upon a Time is another show that I can't wait. I just saw promos for that, so that's coming back on. But the episode about the clown was, and she did a beautiful tribute with like a Cirque du Soleil feel of an apology to the clown that she offended. I won't say too much. You go check that out. And I felt like she was kind of saying that she was so busy being afraid of her that she forgot to get to know what it was like to be her. And that showed the empathy. It related to the kids because, even the kids were like, oh my gosh, like, how could you react that way? And, everybody was like, even, some of the comments were like, oh my gosh, like, why did they have her? But Raven said in another interview that she wanted to show in this show how getting to know someone or listening to people don't just shut people down when and kind of speaking to all this prejudice stuff right now, that stop shutting people down. Listen and figure out what it is that you're afraid of, and stop just continuing to be afraid of it to where you feel like you can continue to badger someone or dismiss someone in a horrible way. Like she did that show, and even Smurf Vlog dude said it. He said this show was like real happy. He said it just went a little dark, and it went dark, but it also, kids see the bullying and they talk to each other any kind of way. And so to see that she showed it, and this is how I feel, get out. and yeah, so it was kind of touching. And so for her, and just more than an apology, showing why was I afraid? It's all costume, it's all outside. Why did I even go there? Oh, beautiful. So yeah, get your life on them shows. I bet you there's so many shows out there I'm binging on Netflix, but I'm gonna keep I'm gonna do that in a second one. But yes, I'm so glad that she's back. I'm so glad that she brought that show back, and I saw her struggle on The View, and to know what it's like to be somewhere and your heart and your calling is elsewhere, and to see that she found it, because she talked about speaking to people like, I don't know what I am, and I don't know how, I'm not happy, and I think this is what it seems like. This is what she's found, and she speaks about the cast and how those kids inspire her. So yeah, a beautiful return and reboot. So if you're watching Fuller House, I kind of still like what they did with that, but I haven't been catching them in my steps. He was all about them because he was always watching the regular Full House on Nick at Nights all the time. So yeah, awesome. Go get your life. Go get your life. Amen to that. I'm tripping. No, I'm not done. Marlon on NBC or ABC. I don't forgot my network, so I'll type it in. Hilarious. I love their dynamic with him and Essence Atkins, and I've loved her since Half and Half. Oh, miss them. The kids are funny. Marlon, in his fashions, they dress him nicely. He's looking real good. He had that movie on Netflix called Naked, which is pretty good. I like that. I watched that. I give it 4 stars. Let's see. Kevin Can Wait, and they've been getting a lot of backlash because they decided to kill off the original wife character and then put Leah Remini back on, which, it seems harsh, but they didn't just make him and her back to, Doug and Carrie. They didn't just put them back together like that. They introduced it as a working relationship, and so I think that was really cool. So, it was still funny, and so he still gets to grieve. It's not just like, oh, he's just in a new relationship. He still gets to grieve, and they do a lot of switcheroos on sitcoms. And the other wife is on another show, so it's kind of, helps her with her obligations, and it works better for everybody's ratings. Original fans of King of Queen, I really wanted to see them back together, and I've been watching a few of her Scientology things because I also read that book. It was a beautiful book on how that religion affected families, her families, and lots of families. I guess I could say cult. I don't know. Sometimes I try to be politically correct. Come on now, people. As everything wrong with films would say on YouTube. That's racist. I like it. I don't want to say I didn't like the other wife. I kind of felt like if I was going to see Kevin James back on TV in a sitcom with a family, then why did they not just continue with him and Karen? So that's kind of how I felt, and that, I watched a few of those shows, so, I don't know. And then Atlanta will be back on FX with Donald Glover, the brilliant Donald Glover, with the red bone. Stay woke. I be trying to stay woke. They be creeping. Oh yeah, that show's coming back. So that's an awesome show. I love the total of that show. I love. He's a genius. Childish Gambino. I'll just have to come back. It's probably on Netflix. Bye, gypsies. Bye, TV gypsies.